Guys, walking to the cage right now, we have Daniel Skutta out of London, Ontario. He's fighting under Genesis Muay Thai Enhanced BJJ. He's been putting a lot of work in for the past little bit on his ground game and striking. He's a very tall young man. In his corner, he has his Genesis strike team. He also has another local legend, Hawk, who is a fantastic jiu-jitsu black belt. And I know for a fact that Hawk has been training with Daniel, and he's been helping him get his jiu-jitsu game up.
Oh, absolutely, and he hasn't fought in a while. It's been over 2 years, so it's going to be really interesting to see the evolution in the game. He's still young, so taking those 2 years off is not necessarily a bad thing. It allows you to evolve, it allows you to adjust. He's with a new team than he was last time, so it's going to be interesting. He's honed in, especially on the grappling, especially the Muay Thai, and let's see how he kind of builds that stuff together. I'm really excited for this one because when guys are out for that length of time, they always end up coming back a little bit different, and I'm really curious to see what is different for him, what he's changed, what he's discarded, what he's learned more than anything, and I think this is going to be a fun one.
And now about to make his approach down to the fence line, please welcome Craig McDonald.
Craig McDonald out of Sarnia, Ontario. He's coming down next.
One of the striking coaches and coaches in general at Forge. Craig is a vet. I have seen Craig fight for years. I fought on kickboxing shows with him back in 2017, and I know he's been fighting before that too. So, he's been at it a long time. He's an older gentleman, but with that, being older, he understands his body, and he's able to excel and find his own potential. His last fight was at home in Sarnia, where he won by tap to strikes. I don't know, you call that submission, you call that TKO.
Yeah, you call that pure dominance.
Pure dominance, and he just sat in that guard, and he's a kickboxer, he's a kickboxing specialist, but he sat in that guard and he imposed his grappling skills, and he showed that, I am a kickboxer, I hit hard, but I can excel in those positions as well. I can excel in that guard. I can make you pay. Yep. And I expect this to be a fun one. We got the big guys.
Yep. And he's being cornered by my very first jiu-jitsu coach, Rowan Cunningham.
That's right.
Fantastic to see Rowan out again.
Oh, yeah. No, this is going to be a fun one.
Fantastic coach.
I'm excited for this one.
Me too.
Our second big boy bout.
And these are big boys. There's also a big age gap between the two of them, I believe.
Yep.
Click the middle button.
Enthusiasm versus wisdom, however you want to say it. Here we go.
Right away.
Start with a leg kick. 2 kicks from Daniel Skutta. That really using that tie, kind of has Craig McDonald against the fence, kind of pushed forward. Oh. He's looking for that takedown. Right. And he almost had it there. He's trying to...
Craig's doing a very good job staying on his feet.
He's trying to just pull that leg through.
He's trying to get an inside trip here.
Yeah. And he's not. And
Craig's
Craig
on
McDonald
top.
using his strength right there to kind of get himself out of the situation. Now he's in half guard.
This is a bad position for Skutta.
Craig's really good at using his weight here. Skutta's trying to...
He's doing a shoulder crunch.
Yeah, isolate that arm right there. Craig McDonald's working his way out. And Daniel Skutta might use that as his opportunity to get up, and he's going for that guillotine, which in those situations is tough because he is risking kind of getting himself stuck, but he is using it to kind of work his way back up.
He's in a bad position here, Skutta. McDonald is just
Those are
laying into him.
hard shots.
Absolutely. He needs to get out of this half guard. He's in a deep half guard. It's not good for MMA.
He can slide through,
he's got the back taken.
The back, but he might fall off, and he readjusted, which is really nice.
Oh,
but
nice.
they're right against the fence.
Nice movement by Skutta.
Now Skutta's on top. Skutta's throwing that ground and pound, throwing some lefts.
McDonald's got to close that guard.
Yep. Craig has an open guard here.
But he's doing it right. He has his posture down. He has Skutta's posture down, grabbing the back of his head, so he can have the guard open.
He is kind of angled off, which does make it difficult to close, to have a closed guard there, but he might try to use that, just kind of work his way. Now he's in half.
Yeah. And that cage is really stifling to a lot of grapplers.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But it's good for Daniel Skutta because he's using it as his, to kind of keep that control. It can kind of work both ways. It could be your third arm, your third leg rather.
Yeah.
But for Daniel Skutta, he's using that and he's pushing him right against here, right where you have the best view right here.
Like, this is perfect. Yeah, I see Skutta's grinding his head in there.
Ground and pound. His left side, Daniel Skuta's throwing for the lefts. He's kind of circling through.
He's got some nice
Didn't
strikes.
quite land, but he is throwing. He's being active.
McDonald's doing a smart thing here by holding his
Craig
posture
McDonald.
down.
Yep. If I'm Craig, I got to try to make a little bit of space, holding Skuta's head. You're kind of that damn if you do, damn if you don't, where you're holding your head to avoid the ground and pound, but you're also kind of stuck. You got to try to make some space. Like you're kind of sticky yourself, so you got to try to make some space here. But it is tough. The fence, like Daniel Skuta's using that fence well to kind of push him against it.
Yeah.
He's using that right ground and pound. Oh, and they just got stood up.
This is what McDonald wants. He wants to get back on top.
That was good. That was a good break for McDonald.
Ooh, nice kick.
Oh, he's got it right now. Skuta's winning this round, so he's got 10 seconds to at least try to get something back, right?
Yep. Time.
Great
round
first
is
round.
over.
Definitely goes to. I would definitely score that first Skutta. I'm sure you would agree.
Would you? You know, at the end, yeah, he did have more control, but I will say this: McDonald with that first takedown and mount attempt back to, it could be close.
It could be close. The reason I'm looking at it for Daniel Skutta is the length of time, right?
Yes.
And when in terms of the striking, he was starting the engagements. He took center. He pushed Craig to the back. It's not to say Craig didn't make up some of that space, some of that angles, get on top, and those things. But for the most part, I would score. I would score for Daniel. But if you're looking at both guys understood that, hey, this is a fight. The guy who's kind of pushing forward, who's on top, is winning.
Here we go, round two.
You see that Craig McDonald working his way, nice leg, outside leg kick.
Skuta's just walking him down a bit.
All right, we got southpaw orthodox here. Craig is kind of going right back into that warning track, kind of putting his back against the fence, but now he's kind of throwing in volume here. Daniel Skuta's trying to take away that space.
Throw attempt.
That chokes in, but he slides off.
Beautiful.
And now this is Craig McDonald's moment. Now Craig McDonald is on top. Daniel tried to go for that before getting the hooks, which resulted in him falling across. Over the top, rather.
And Gino, when you get that choke, you just want to go for it, but you always have to get your hooks, or else that's exactly what happens.
Right?
Skuta's doing a good job getting back to his guard.
And now Craig's on top, and again, he's doing, he's working on trying to isolate that shoulder. If I'm Craig McDonald, I roll through. And I keep him here if I'm Craig McDonald. I keep him right here.
Absolutely. Again, we have the best seat in the house right now.
Absolutely. If I keep him right here, I keep him against the fence, I start pounding, I start going to the body, I start pushing the legs out of the way.
Oh, a little slip.
Yep.
Slip. Oh, hey! Beautiful
These guys are going at it.
Beautiful takedown. Great reverse position.
Skutta, the one thing there, Skutta did not accept position. He pushed off. He was waiting for that space. The moment the space came, he made Craig McDonald uncomfortable. That was the big thing. He made him uncomfortable. Never let him get off. It's when you get off, it's when you wind up in trouble. And that was, a big key for him to now be able to push off, make that space, get on top.
This is dangerous. Nice little triangle attempt.
Seems like Daniel Skuta's hand is in, but it is getting dangerous.
He's starting to angle off. He can go for the armbar here. He's got a tight triangle.
He might use that to come on top and to mount. And he tapped!
He got the tap!
And just like that, Craig McDonald gets the tap!
Beautiful submission by Craig McDonald, representing Forge out of Sarnia, Ontario.
Good for him. He was down in that first round. He was losing the exchanges on his back. He made a beautiful adjustment. And props to Daniel Skutta. Skutta really went after him, they'll both be back. That was an awesome fight.
There was no quit in Daniel Skutta till the end. That triangle was tight. He was angling off. Everything.
And it was hard to tell because the hand was in, but they're big guys. They got that tight squeeze. Sometimes just getting a knuckle in or a hand in is not going to be enough, especially for those big guys, because they're able to just crunch right through that.
Absolutely. And you know what? The other thing is getting punched in the face while having a triangle is not fun.
No.
You know that. I know that.
Yeah.
Great fight by both camps.
And for a young Daniel Skutta, this is, that's good experience. He hasn't fought in 2 years. Craig McDonald fought recently, but he showed out, he showed some real skills, he showed some real improvements in his striking, and he's going to be back for sure. Now that he's kind of got his toes back in there, I'm sure he's going to be back better than ever, and we definitely haven't seen the last of him by any means.
And you know what? I know those guys that enhanced. I know Hawk. Hawk's going to make him train triangle escapes now for the next week.
That's right.
Beautiful.
And if you're Craig, 2-1, 3-1, not a bad record, right? So, and he showed his ability to adapt.
of the second round. The referee halts the contest due to tap out, due to triangle. Chose declaring your winner, McDonald. Fight, boys.